Rents in London are skyrocketing, and finding a decent flat for a reasonable price is harder than ever. The reason you're struggling so much is because affordable options are almost non-existent. You might find a couple of listings in your budget, but then you realize the kitchen is shared with 15 other people or there is no window in the entire flat. It is exhausting, and if you are renting for the first time or moving from abroad, it can feel almost impossible. But the good news is, decent flats under £1,000 a month do exist. I've been tracking listings every week so I can show you exactly what's out there and what to expect. I've done the hours of digging and research so you don't have to. In this video, I'm going to share 5 hidden gems. Real London flats that are currently on the market for £1,000 per month or less and that are actually worth your time. By the way, I'm Salome. I moved to London alone 5 years ago and I had to figure it all out from scratch. Since then, I've managed to find incredible flats again and again. Apartments with swimming pools, private gyms, stunning views, and so on. The kind I used to think only existed in movies. And now I'm sharing everything I've learned so you too can find your dream flat in London. Alright, let's dive in. This first flat is in South London, just an 8-minute walk from Tulse Station in Zone 3. That gets you to London Bridge in about 30 minutes door to door. And if you're looking to save on transport cost, there is a bus route that takes about an hour, which is still reasonable and super handy if the train is down. I like the building itself, it looks well maintained. The flat has an L-shaped layout, which makes it feel more spacious than the average square studio. The layout actually makes a big difference. You could easily have a bed or sofa bed in this section and still have space for a desk or a small dining area over there. This separation, even if it is subtle, will help make the space feel more like a real home and not just a multi-purpose bedroom. There is also a built-in closet, which is always a plus. And the kitchen has everything you actually need. A proper oven, stove, extractor fan, decent counter space, and a good amount of storage. So it actually feels like a kitchen, not a corner of your bedroom with a camping stove. The bathroom is simple, but it looks brand new. And the wooden flooring adds warmth and character. The flat has just been fully renovated, and honestly, it shows. What I love about this place is the overall vibe. It feels clean, fresh, and private. You've got trees outside the window, which makes it feel more peaceful and means it's probably not facing the street, so less noise. It might not be the biggest flat out there, but finding this level of quality in Zone 3 at this price is rare. And honestly, I don't think it will stay on the market for long. This place is proof that nice flats still exist in London, even on a tight budget. If you're interested in this flat or you want early access to more hidden gems like this, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. That's where I share all the links before the videos go live. It's completely free and the link is below. Okay, if studios are not your thing, then the next place is for you. It's a full 1-bedroom flat and it looks amazing. Flats like that are almost impossible to find at this price point. We're staying in South London for this one and it offers even more for your money. This is a fully renovated 1-bedroom in Zone 3 with easy access to both London Bridge and Canary Wharf. It's about a 12-minute walk from the closest station, Hither Green, or 20 minutes from Lewisham Station. And there is always the bus option for days where trains are a mess or if you want a cheaper ride. It will be around an hour into Central. Now, there are only 3 photos for these listings, but from what we can see, it is very promising. The flat has been fully renovated to high standards and the kitchen is big. We're talking proper oven, plenty of counter space, and even a washing machine. You've got room for a sofa and coffee table, and at the back there is this little nook that is ideal for a home office setup. The bathroom is brand new and finished to a high standard, which is rarely the case at this price point. And the view from the window is open and private, so you're not staring straight into a brick wall or someone else's kitchen. There is also bike storage in the building, so that's bonus points. This flat ticks a lot of boxes. Space, renovation quality, commute options, all for under £1,000 a month. Honestly, I am surprised it's not listed for more. It shows that if you're paying attention and you know where to look, you can still find real value in London, even in 2025. If you're curious about North London, you're gonna want to see the next flat. We're about an 8-minute walk from Clapton Overground, right on the edge of Zone 2. The commute to London Bridge takes about 45 minutes. It is a bit longer but still totally doable. This is another brand new flat with a few final touches left to complete. The kitchen should be fully equipped once renovations are done. One detail I really like is the sliding door to the bathroom. I know it's a small detail, but it's actually practical and saves space. The bathroom itself is also bigger than usual, which means more storage space. Now, in the main room, you've got 2 options in my opinion. You could keep it open and go with a sofa bed for a more spacious feel, or split the space with a curtain to have a separate bedroom area. And then over here you could add a small sofa and maybe even a wall-mounted folding table to create a mini living room setup. You might actually recognize this flat. I already covered it in the first episode of my Under £1,000 a month series. I linked the video somewhere up here if you want to watch it next. The fact that it is still on the market could be a red flag or an opportunity. If they're struggling to find a tenant, there might be room for negotiation. But it's also possible that this unit was just not ready before. The same agent is listing similar flats in the same building, all available at the end of June. So it could be that they started to advertise it at the beginning of renovations, but they didn't find a tenant because the flat wasn't available then. Overall, this flat is smaller than the others that we've seen so far, but it's still good value for money, especially for North London, where rents tend to be higher than in the south. So if you want to live north of the river on a budget, this could be a smart option. This next flat genuinely surprised me. It is the cheapest I've seen in London that I'd actually consider livable. It is small, simple, but it works. We are now in Kilburn in Zone 2, and this flat is just a 12-minute walk from the Kilburn Underground. The commute is still good, about 35 minutes to London Bridge and 45 minutes to Canary Wharf. And as a bonus, there is no connection. It is a direct ride on the Jubilee line, which makes life so much easier. Now, let's be honest, this flat is tiny. It is just 13 square meters. But it's also one of the cheapest you'll find that is actually decent. It is £845 a month and it is including all bills. My usual advice would be to focus on flatshares if you have an £850 per month budget. You can find rooms that will be bigger, maybe even with an ensuite in similar locations. But if you really want to live alone and you're on a tight budget, this could be a good option. What I really like is that, despite the size, it has a proper kitchen. Full oven, hob extractor fan, decent amount of counter space and built-in cupboards. Now you won't have much room for extra storage space, so you might have to use these kitchen cupboards for your clothes as well. But I'm sure we can make it work if we keep things minimal. The bathroom is basic but functional. The shower looks proper, which is not always guaranteed at this price. It's also on the ground floor, which isn't ideal for everyone, but it is part of the trade-off for this price. So of course I'm not saying this is my dream flat, but I wanted to include it because I know not everyone has £1,000 to spend, and some of us would rather live alone in a small space than deal with housemates. This is one of the only places I found in London that balances privacy, location, and price, even if that means squeezing into 13 square meters. The next flat is perfect if you walk around King's Cross or more generally in North London. We are still in North London for this one, specifically within reach of both the Victoria and Piccadilly line. You're about 17 minutes from Seven Sisters and 20 minutes from Turnpike Lane, both in Zone 3. That gives you great flexibility when trains are down or delayed since you've got access to two major lines. In terms of commute, it's about 50 minutes from London Bridge or an hour to Canary Wharf. But it's only 30 minutes to King's Cross, which makes it a great option if you walk in or near this area. The flat itself has a few pros and cons. Let's start with the main room. It's a decent size with enough space to live comfortably if you're alone. The bathroom is brand new and looks modern, which is always a plus at this price point. Now, the kitchen is minimalist, to put it nicely. It's one of the weaker aspects of the flat, and honestly, I think they could have done better with the layout or equipment. But the rent is £900 a month. For a self-contained studio in London, especially in North London, it's still good value. If your priority is living alone in a well-connected area and you're on a tight budget, this flat is worth considering, even if it's not the dream setup, especially if your work is near King's Cross or in the north on the Victoria or Piccadilly line. This could make your daily commute way more manageable. So there you have it. 5 flats across London, all under £1,000 a month and all actually worth a look. If you want to see more places like this, you can click here to see the previous episodes of this series.